better. They're starting to get more comfortable with what we're doing. That and the 2x4, we just keep hitting them over the head with.
Is this the best game you think you've played as far as moving the ball and getting good looks?
I mean, I don't know if it's the best. I mean, we've had other good games that we've played, but perhaps this had more possessions where we really, I mean, to me, it was fun to watch. I love watching basketball like that in the first half that we had.
You kind of pulled Carrick aside right before the game started and said something to him. Did you say anything to light a fire under him?
No, not really. I just wanted a hug, you know. And Carrick is such a great guy, and you know, all the fires that needed to be lit were done yesterday. You know, we really challenged our guys. We felt we didn't, you know, finish possessions and play with the scope of awareness, like I said Thursday night on defense. And so we really challenged them yesterday, and today was, you know, just a hug.
At the same time, it seemed like you guys went to Carrick early just to try to get him going a little bit.
Yeah, you know, I honestly don't know if we did any more or had any special, you know, plan, Doug. We'll take the credit if you want to give it to us, but I think it was more a function of Carrick just really being in a good place and playing assertively. He was in a good place, and so the opportunities, you know, came about because of that more so than any, you know, grand plan that we had.
How encouraging is it to see the guys persevere through some of the things you guys have been through?
Yeah, no, this is great. This is why you coach. This has been challenging, exhilarating, and a lot of fun because, you know, let's face it, that this group has been through a great deal, and their perseverance, you know, can serve as a great example to all of us who, you know, let's face it, we all have our struggles in life, but they're a fun group to be with. We keep telling them the truth. It's not all rose petals. I mean, we hit them right between the eyes with things we got to do better, and we're trying to hold ourselves accountable. And so it's gratifying on a day like today where they finally get, you know, some taste of reward for all of their efforts and perseverance.
Coach, would you say there's a correlation between the improved field goal percentage and ball movement and Colvin's improved minutes?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, if you're going to be a good shooting team, chances are you first have to be a good passing team. And because the shots that come in rhythm are the shots that you tend to make at a higher percentage. So if you know where your shots are going to come, if the pass is on time, on target, if the offense is in sync, your shooting percentage goes up. And, you know, when guys are maybe passing up good shots like they were today for better shots, your percentage goes even higher. And then there are nights like we had Thursday night that no matter what you do, you just miss shots. I mean, that's always part of it too. And I thought that really, you know, was a greasy spot for us on Thursday. But I love the ball movement. I love the patience and the discipline that we're growing on offense.
It's hard to figure out where you guys are right now just with what you've gone through the last month.
Yeah, and I guess right now we're not spending, you know, a whole lot of time doing that. I think the message to myself, and to the extent I can convey it to the team, is to really stay in the present. To just stay in the precious present. And we can't be anywhere else anyway. And so that's kind of what we're trying to do. Like today was everything. Today was, you know, demanded all of us. And then the same thing as we now move forward. So just trying to stay in that precious present is, I think, really important, especially when, you know, you've taken some rib shots like we have.
Are we going to continue to see Baczynski in the starting lineup with as well as he's playing?
Well, it's always evolving, it seems. You know, some teams you're able to have the same starting lineup from the first game through the last game. Other times it's more fluid. And as we've had injuries and other things to contend with, we've had to adapt and adjust. But Jordan started because he earned it. You know, we're always evaluating what's happening in practice, who's playing well in games, what combinations are giving us the best chance given the opponent and the matchups. And the way Jordan has played against Utah, Washington, and Washington State, you know, he's really coming on. And so that's why he started. And, you know, we'll see what happens moving forward.
Coach, all that tough love with Chris Colvin earlier in the year where, you know, one possession and out in a couple games. Do you feel like that all helped him get to the point that he's at now, or is it just a matter of he's got confidence because he has to be in there?
Well, it's never one possession and out. When I'm evaluating what's happening, it's done with the backdrop of what's happened all week in practice. So you may only see one possession and out. I may see what has happened, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in practice, then one possession. So I don't ever take a guy out one possession and out, unless it's something just totally egregious, okay? But, you know, with the opportunity he's had, he has become more comfortable, and he's playing better. And I think all of us bring to this moment the sum total of all of our experiences. So that tough love, you know, to use your words, has been a part of the trail. And so we bring, you know, the good, the bad, and the ugly to the present, and to the extent we can learn from our experiences and keep working hard, we bring all that to now, and I think Chris, you know, to answer your question, has done that.
Well, I haven't heard the word turnover much, which is a good thing. I think this is the first time this year you guys have actually forced more turnovers.
First time. Yeah, there was a number of firsts on the stat sheet. That's a big one. And it's not because we didn't turn it over. We still had 16 turnovers. Our goal is conservatively 12 or less. You know, if we're really good, it's 10 or less. You know, a couple of them. Today, though, I'm going to take a couple of the turnovers. I'm going to take the 2 illegal screens. Those are mine, because we've been emphasizing screening so much. And I'm going to take the 2, especially the last 5-second dribble out. I got to do a better job of helping our guys understand what we're looking for there. So if you take those 4 away, we were better in that area. And most significantly, as you point out, we were able to force some, which makes a big difference too. It's not just how many you commit, it's how many you force. And what's been so difficult for us is the differential.
Well, Monum gets so many points, but then Felix strips the ball.
Yeah, Carrick just really played with great tenacity and made a play. Modem is a tremendous player. He came to Washington State with Coach Bennett 3 years ago as a very celebrated and heralded prospect. You know, when I shook his hand after the game, you know, I got a kink in my neck. You don't realize how big he is. And a couple of the shots he made with great size, you know, right over a challenged hand. But, you know, in the final analysis, we were able to hold him to 34.
Were the closeouts and, you know, the rotations defensively a little bit better tonight?
A little bit, Chris. You know, I'm still, you know, outside of the turnovers, we still don't have real good defensive numbers. You know, like you still don't get the feel when you watch our team that, man, those guys are hard to score against. You know, we give up 47% from the field, 41 from the 3 on 7 threes. We foul too much. You know, we had 17 personal fouls. You know, we want to play with less than 12 personal fouls. And so, you know, when I watch our team right now, although you can nitpick and find maybe areas to say good job, like Carrick's possession at the end and the fact that we force more turnovers, when I'm watching us, you know, I don't ever get the feeling like, good luck, we're hard to score against. You know, we're not there yet defensively. And as much as our conversations have seemingly gone to offense when we've been together, as you know, I've been hitting the defense pretty hard as something that needs real improvement.
Do you feel your ball deflections are up?
They've been at an all-time low this year. They were better, much better tonight.